Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Hup. I've got something. That's not a fish I see often.
Wow, what an awesome fish you caught! Finally! If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
There's something in the water.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Reel it in. Well, it's not bad, per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
We finally made it.
There's something in the water.
There's a nice breeze here. There we go. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
That fish put up a fight. Good catch.
Ha! All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
All right. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
There we go. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
I don't recognize that fish. Is it okay to eat?
Where should I cast my line? Ha! Time to try a different spot. Yeah! I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend. Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
There's something in the water.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Hup! I've got something. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
Hup. There we go. Dagnabbit! It got away. Ha! There we go. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
Ha! All right. Dagnabbit! It got away.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Where should I cast my line?
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Yeah! I've got something. She's got a good size to her, all told.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
Ha! All right. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something. finally made it.
There's something in the water.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish.
I'm exhausted.
Make sure to get some good rest. All right, guys. Ready to go?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Like mold to the flame.
Here I come!
Airborne beast. My specialty.
Rising
Make it
Wyvern!
rain! Shion! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Elusive deity! Here I come! You're finished! Look sharp! Swallow blade!
Here I go!
Take this!
Make it rain!
Blow them away!
Here I go!
Now!
Got you! On guard!
Azure Storm!
Make it rain!
Rising one!
All yours, Kisara.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
All right. There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! Rising one!
We're trying to keep up with the wolf!
Now we're not.
Switch off!
No further.
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Falling Piercing!
In a bind.
Fury! Burning strike!
Glacial Spear! Piercing!
Freeze Lancer!
Tiger Blade! Piercing!
Take this.
Magna Ray!
Azure Storm!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps
Glacial
sounds
Spear!
more
Here's
appropriate.
evil, less talking, more doing.
Freezing Storm!
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
And again!
Elusive deity.
Rotating Azure Storm! Azure Storm!
They can't get out of this.
Tiger Blade!
Rising Wyvern!
Piercing!
Piercing Raw!
Freeze Lancer!
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern!
I'm ready! Flame of... This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Can you take it?
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Raging lunar storm.
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
This
Here I
one!
come!
Do it! Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen. We did it!
Magnificently done. Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Elusive deity!
Turn! Lunar Rondo! Rising!
Now you see what I can do!
Lunar Rondo!
Easy and smelling to me. Yeah, and bubbling to me.
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I need to be stronger.
Resonate with you!
Rising Wyvern!
Stalagmite!
This one's all mine!
Glacial Spear!
You're mine!
Here's evil! I'm not so good with airborne targets.
It got fires!
I've got this, but a marksman
I'm not
handle it.
nearly finished yet. All yours! You're mine!
You're dead.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right. Blow them away! I can feel my power growing!
We won that by a mile! It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
Let's dispose of this trap. Right here. I got you.
Take this!
Don't mind if I do!
This should be a physical beat. Take this! You're finished!
This one's mine! Leave the enemy art to me!
No complaints here! Hurricane Thrust! Lunar Rondo! You're on! I'm ready! Dragon Storm! Hey! Blow them away! Ender Storm! Soaring Light Spear! Elusive Deity! Take this! Eating Wild! You're mine!
Make it rain!
Now!
Frozen!
Hammer! I feel sprightlier than before.
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
Coming through!
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! You're on!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Lunar Rondo! Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
You're on!
This one's mine!
Rising Wyvern!
Can you take it?
Dopaline!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Lightning! This one's mine!
Begin!
Lightning!
I'll smash you!
Make it rain! Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
Begin!
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! You're on! Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons eliminating? Best not to give me any
Make it
ideas.
rain!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! I should be of some use to us now.
You weren't exactly dead weight before.
Except in regard to doing basic chores.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
Right, here goes! Dragon Blast the shot! Tear! Hurricane thrust! I'm not done! Mirage! Resonate with the Rising Wyvern! Here I come! Look sharp! It's over! Ocean Fury! Good line! It's over! Rising Wyvern! Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Not I'm ready!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
No choice! Azure Storm! Dragon War! Take it! You're finished!
Going in!
Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Crush! Dragon Swarm! It's over!
Going in! Do it!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say. Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me. Phew! What a rush!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrub.
That's far enough!
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Thrust!
Can't get out of this!
Mirage!
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Swarm!
None shall escape my don't mind if I do.
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Luna Rondo! Hurricane Thrust! Tear!
The heavens must be smiling.
You'll soon see about that!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Make it rain! Dazzling spin!
This one's all mine! You're on!
Skills in top form, art's working like a charm. Ha!
Someone seems rather pleased with herself.
You... Did you hear all of that?
That's far enough!
Resonate with Dhiara! Can't get out of this!
Luna Rondo!
Glacial here! Here's evil!
Luna Rondo! You're on! Dragon Sword! Rising Rider! You picked the wrong fight!
Glacial
Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Luna Rondo! Azure Storm!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Rider!
Lion Power!
You're on! Here I
Make it
come!
rain!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to action!
I've still got a ways to go! An opponent like this should be easy. Rising Wyvern!
You want me? Come get it!
Take this! Can you take it?
Rising Wyvern!
Here's evil!
You're on! I'm not done!
Face you! In a bind?
Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! It's over! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Luna Rondo! You're on!
Falling storm!
This one's all mine!
Time to shine! Good to know my training is paying off.
Courteous, son.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Eat dirt!
I'll face you!
Luna Rondo!
Not so fast!
You're on!
One more!
Here I
Do
go!
it!
It's over!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry
My
distraction.
turn!
There's still more to go!
Hurricane Thrust!
Tiger Blade!
Deity!
You're on! Here I come!
Look sharp! Plenty left! This one's mine!
Portal Blade!
Tiger Blade!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
Guess I misread the landing. An opponent like this should be easy.
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! All mine! Not today!
Here's a hero! Do it!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Hurricane, come one, come all!
Here's evil!
Hurricane Thrust! You're finished!
Freeze Blast!
Rising Wyvern!
Going in!
Soaring Light Spear! You're on! You're mine!
You're stronger than any Renin soldier I've ever met.
They don't just let anybody have a place in the Royal Guard.
I'm ready!
Indeed.
All yours, Kisara!
So I still had room to grow. Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Come and face
Then the
me!
sky is mine!
You're on!
A freezing storm!
No further! Lunar Rondo! This one's all Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours
Those are
truly!
impressive skills.
This one's
They took a
mine.
lifetime to master. You know, I could keep training.
So that's how a lord fights. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that.
Everyone hanging in there?
Sunburn!
Tiger Blade!
You're on! Take this!
Mega
It's
Ray!
over! Burn! I'm ready!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Now!
I'm all stuffed
Lunar
up! Take
Rondo!
one star! Annihilation! Mega
You're
Ray!
on! Dragon Swarm! Slash!
Mega Ray!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Here I go! Nice
Lunar
technique!
Rondo! Nice chance!
Look sharp!
Hurricane Thrust! You're on!
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menencia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?